clear as crystal it flows, and from your throne it goes.
I really needed to dig to see what's going on, because I looked at people and why are we such a mess, and I came to this conclusion after listening to a lot of theologians and philosophers that these concepts we have of God today, that God cannot look at sin, that He's separated, and man is separated and corrupt, and the Father needs payment, all those things like that. It's from philosophers. We've got this philosopher Plato and Aristotle, and a whole bunch of others, and they were brilliant guys. But sort of they divided things, and that's why it doesn't make Christian to us. It's not healing to our soul when we listen to that, and that's anti-gospel to me. So we have this separation where God is, He's on the heaven side, and we are on the other side. So we are separated from God, which is anti-Colossians. Christ holds all things together. Okay, and also anti-John 1, saying Christ is shining through the darkness. Nothing stops Him. Then we get to this scene where Christ isn't holding everything together anymore. Someone else says, we don't know who that person is or whatever, but that's how it works. So in philosophy you have Plato, he's Neoplatonism, and it's, if I can explain it like this, there is a matter, and we sort of in compartments. So our brain, our mind, soul, all that is holy, and our bodies are matter. It's corrupt, it's sin. So when we die, this needs to go to hell, and it's things are not held together. It's compartmentalized, so it's not integrated. That's the word I'm looking for. It's not integrated. But Jesus became matter. He became flesh. So when we get to things, a lot of people will say, I don't take medication because it's that whole thing of it's not spiritual. So everything needs to be spiritualized before we can take it. But Jesus became flesh so that we can partake in this. Now, if we get to the stage where we are now going to become very holy, and we're going to escape our bodies and have out-of-body experiences with God, and now our body is fallen and everything that goes with our body. So while we're here on earth, we don't know what's going on. What do we do with food? What do we do with alcohol? What do we do with sex? What do we do with everything associated with our nature? And then if we are actually separate, if we have made man to be separate, to exist apart from God, that would mean that we are gods, and we are not. All things are held together by God, and the light is shining through the darkness. So who is He shining through? He's shining through Satan. Does he get it? No. Does he comprehend it? No. But he has the devil has no life in himself. So what he does is he wants to share his darkness with you. Darkness does not comprehend. Darkness does not understand. That's why Jesus came as the light of the cosmos, of the universe. Also, if you can look at it this way, in dualism, if we divide, now this is a conversation I have a lot. I don't really like having these conversations, but there's a lot of people that will say, you know, the Godhead is not equal. So Jesus came to pay the price as payment to the Father. The Father wanted blood, and it's sort of, when he looks at us, he doesn't want to look at us. He looks at us through Jesus. So that's also not healing for your spirit, because what's going to happen with you if you and the Father meet and Jesus is also there, but you meet the Father? What's going to happen? What is going off in your mind? Is it a feeling of I'm loved, or is it a feeling of I'm going to die? And if Jesus wanted, if the Father wanted blood from Jesus as payment, which is a very legalistic way of looking at it, if the Father wanted blood from Jesus as payment, and we are Christians, so we believe that Jesus is God. If Jesus is indeed God, then who is paying Jesus? If there needs to be a payment, I don't believe the payment was made to the Father. I believe because of our free will, and because he gave us this place of free will, he said, I'm dying, and any universal laws, I've satisfied them as well. So now we are adopted. You know that the whole gospel message of you need to let Jesus into your heart and make him king. He is king. And what he actually did is, as he became flesh, he was making himself less than what he was, so that he could be one with us. When he got baptized, we got baptized, and now he's one with us. There was only one way that the uncreated could make us a part of him, because we are created. There's an example I always use, and maybe this will make more sense. If I take a cup of coffee, I make the cup of coffee, and when I drink it, the milk is sour. So then I become the coffee, and I jump into the coffee, and I change the milk, and it's fresh again. And then I jump out. That's what it means as Jesus became flesh. Now, what Jesus did is he made a place for us. He made a place for us in his relationship with the Father, because no one knows the Father, and he's our righteousness. He says, I'm going to the Father. You cannot come with me, but he's going to prepare a place for us.